Hi guys, it's Bella and welcome back to my channel. Merry Christmas, you guys. I am filming this at 10:10, can't even see it, 10:10 on Christmas Day. I just finished my Christmas morning up, so I thought I would just get right on into it and film all of the books that I got for Christmas video haul. This morning I did Christmas, just me and my husband, so this is all from him. He kind of went a little crazy on me, but let's just get right into it. I got a lot of books for Christmas and I'm very excited to share them all with you, so let's just get right into it. And subscribe to my channel if you guys like book videos and give it a thumbs up, and let's just get right into it. Starting off strong, we have Ninth House. I actually got Hellbent for Christmas from my brother last week when we exchanged gifts, so I'm really excited that I got Ninth House. Next we have Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates, and this is about a bunch of people that get stranded in the middle of the woods and they all start showing up dead, and it's a fun little winter thriller. The Devil Wears Black by L.G. Shen. I just really love the cover of this book. I love that there's cake. Our main character Maddie works in fashion in New York City and she has a pediatrician boyfriend, but then her ex storms back into her life with an outrageous request. Even though he's the man who broke her heart, playing his fiance shouldn't be too hard. So it's a little fake dating trope with her ex. That sounds messy. And then I got two books from the Gods and Monsters series, which is the Book of Azrael series. So I got book 2 and book 3, and I've actually read book 2. I have not read book 3, so I need to continue, but I'm excited to add book 2 to my shelf, you know, as a trophy for reading. And yeah, then I'll continue book 3 in preparation for book 4. Got The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. It's funny because I have the other ones, Atlas 6 and Complex, on my shelf, but they're like special editions from Fairy Loot and I did not have Paradox. So I'm excited to read the series now that I have it completed. I have Legendborn by Tracy Dion, which I actually read last month, and it is a dark academia fantasy book about a girl who discovers her powers in this elite society in this school that she goes to. It's a really fun read. I still need to read the second one, but this is a fun one. We have My December Darling, which is the little Christmas novella that Lauren Asher put out. It's so fun. It's really short. So yeah, so fun. We have Anathema by Carrie Lake. I have heard non-stop good things about Carrie Lake. Sorry, my phone's really going off. I've heard non-stop good things about Carrie Lake. I actually asked for a bunch of her books, so there's a few sprinkled throughout this haul, and I know that they're like gothic romance, maybe dark fantasy vibes. I haven't read any of them yet, but I'm really excited to dive into hers and see if I like them. I'm really excited. This has been on my TBR for a really long time and I've never seen it at Barnes & Noble, otherwise I would have bought it, but it's Jackpot Summer by Alyssa Friedland, and I just think it's so fun. I think it's about people that win the lottery. After the Jacobson siblings win a life-changing fortune in the lottery, they assume their messy lives will transform into sleek storybook perfection, but they couldn't be more wrong. So it's about them living their lives during the summer after winning the lottery. We have His and Hers by Alice Feeney. Alice Feeney is literally one of my favorite thriller authors ever. I love her books so much. This is a really good one. And I also got Good Bad Girl. So I have two. I read both of them this week actually, and they are so fun. By the way, me saying I read them this week or that I've read them, it's just that they're free on Kindle, so I read them and enjoyed them a lot to ask for them. So I know that maybe sounds confusing, but if I say that I read them, it's because I read them on my Kindle. We have Addicted to You. This is a series where I'm not sure if I'm going to continue, but I did sort of enjoy myself while reading this one, so I'm excited to add this to my shelf. Let me know if I should keep going with the series because I just don't know if I want to. We have The Book Club Hotel, a super fun, cozy little winter read, super feel good. We have Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, which I'm so excited to read because I read, what's the first one? Delilah Green Doesn't Care, which was such a fun read, and I can't remember if this is the next one or if Astrid Parker Doesn't Fall is the next one, but he got me both of these, which I'm so excited about. Author is so fun to read, and I really love Delilah Green Doesn't Care, so I'm really excited to read these. We got Ward D by Frida McFadden, which is such a fun thriller. I also was curious, was this before she like got signed with the publisher? Because there's no, it's an indie cover, unless I just somehow got an indie cover, I'm not really sure. But it's about a medical student who spends the night in a locked psych ward and things start happening, people start dying, and it's suspicious and she can't get out. We have Grey After Dark, which is a really good thriller. It's about a girl, an Olympian actually, in off-season who goes to work at a cabin in the middle of the woods, and she is kidnapped, and it's about her dealing with her kidnapped situation and kidnappers and trying to escape. He got me all 3 of the main Hunger Games books. So we've got Hunger Games, Mockingjay, and Catching Fire. I have not seen these movies in so long. I barely remember anything except like basic characters and plot. And so I'm really excited to read these for the first time. Honestly, they're so short. I can't believe how short they are. I know they're a young adult, so I'm really excited to finally read this series and then watch the movies. Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. And it's interesting because I didn't realize I put the large print version on my wish list. So it's got like the biggest font ever, and the book is like bigger than other books, so that's a little weird. I love Riley's writing so much. She's one of my favorite thriller authors, so I'm really excited to read this one. I think this is his newest release. A man must contend with the long ago disappearance of his childhood best friend and the dark secrets lurking just beyond the safe confines of his picture perfect neighborhood. So I'm excited to read this. I've been in like a super thriller mood recently. Like I have read like 5 or 6 thrillers just this week alone. Like I can't stop reading them, so I'm excited. I'm probably gonna read this really soon. We've got Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. I just read my first Annabelle Monaghan book this month, and so I'm excited to read this one. Just a fun summer romance. We got the Red Queen books. This I'm excited about. It came with all 4 of them. So we've got Red Queen, Glass Sword, King's Cage, and War Storm. And this was already on my TBR, but if you keep up with any drama going on TikTok right now, there's a lot of discourse surrounding Powerless being maybe a little bit too close for comfort to Red Queen, and I really enjoyed Powerless, so I want to see where it all started. You know, I want to compare them, and I think I'm gonna really like this series. It sounds really good. I got this box set and I'm really excited to read this series. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to read this. It's We Used to Live Here by Marcus Klewer. And this is another thriller. It's basically about a young queer couple who flip houses, and they buy a house and they're currently working on renovations when there's a knock at the door and a man is there standing with his family, and he said that he used to live here years before and was wondering if he can show his kids around the house. As soon as the strangers enter the home, unexplicable and uncanny things start happening. The family's youngest child goes missing. There's maybe a ghostly presence in the basement, and the family just can't seem to take the hint that the meeting is over and they need to get out of the house. It basically says it's Get Out meets Parasite, and Get Out is one of my favorite movies ever, so I'm going to really enjoy this. I am very excited. We have Watching You by Lisa Jewell, which I also read this month, and it's about a neighborhood in England where all the neighbors kind of watch each other from their houses, but they all think that they're innocent in it, and they all think everyone else is watching them. But it's kind of where, you know, things start happening, bad things, there's a murder, and they all kind of watch each other to see what's happening and who's sus. Next we have Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, and I know nothing about this book except it's a duology, so Vow of Thieves I'm going to need to pick up. It's given romantasy, it's given high stakes. I'm very excited. This is going to be so fun. Stephanie Garber has a blurb on the back and I love her, so I'm excited to read this. Another Carrie Lake book. It's Nightshade, and the cover so spooky. I don't know what this one is about either, except oh yeah, so it's a gothic romance novel, so I'm excited to read this. This one's actually pretty long. It's like 600 pages. I have Begging Baby by Ansley Calloway. I love supporting her. I think her books are really fun, cute little romance reads. I have her other ones on my shelf, and I just like to support her. She's a little indie author, so love this. We have Jenna Jameson's book. I'll let you read it for yourself so I don't get demonetized. This was very, very, very heavily wanted on my list. I just cannot wait to read her story, and it's so fun. There's tons of pictures. It seems like the book is really interactive. There's lots of scans in of letters and messages, and oh my gosh, it just sounds like it's going to be such a fun time. So I'm really excited to read this. A Coupe of Thorns and Rosé. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I don't think I've ever actually said that word out loud. When I asked for this, I thought it was a cocktail book purely based off of ACOTAR, but then when I got it, I realized it's like every fantasy book ever, like romantasy books. It starts off with A Court That's Cruel and Lovely. We have Bride by Ali Hazelwood, The Cruel Prince. We have Guild. We do have ACOTAR, One Dark Window. I mean, there's just so many fun different cocktail recipes in here. I'm so excited about this. I just love this. It's such a fun idea. I read the Savage Bonds series at the beginning of this year and was obsessed. And so I asked to get the rest of the books on my shelf. I only have book 1 and 6. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5 to add to my shelves. This series is so chaotic and so out there, and honestly I would say very controversial. Like whenever anyone asks if they think they would, if I think that they would like it, I'm like, maybe, but like don't judge me if you read it because I loved it. But anyway, love the covers, you know. My mom actually just read the Blood and Ash series, and so I've kind of been going through it with her. She's been keeping me updated. So I put them all on my list. So I got all 5 books in the Blood and Ash series. But can we just talk about the size difference? Why are 2 of the books short? I don't know if you can even tell. This one and this one are short. Why? Why did they do this? Now it's just gonna annoy me on my shelf. So anyway, we got all 5 of those books. I'm really excited to read them. I know people love it like so much. I've heard about like the main character Poppy before. She always pops up on like favorite fantasy romantasy heroine TikToks. So I'm really excited to pick up this series. I have been watching my mom go through it, as I said, and she has a lot of thoughts. So I'm excited to read it for myself. Okay, we have another Carrie Lake book. This is Nocticadia, which I think this is everyone's like favorite one that they read. It's about a girl going to a university. Ghosts. There's someone at campus known as Dr. Death. Okay, it's giving a little dark romance, maybe a little spooky vibes. It's kind of giving Gothicana, which I read this year and I really liked it, so I'm excited to read this. Last 2, guys, last 2. We have Zodiac Academy, Sorrow and Starlight. This is book 8. This was the only one that I'm missing on my shelf, my Zodiac Academy shelf right here. This was the only book that I was missing, not including novellas, but I finally have completed my collection of Zodiac Academy. Woo! And then last but certainly not least, we have Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I've heard such good things about this book. I think the cover is so pretty. And all I know is that I think it's about a widow and she begins working the night shift at an aquarium. Sounds very, very interesting. So I'm adding this to my highly anticipated reads. Can't wait to see what this is about. It's all 45 books that I got for Christmas from my husband. Okay, that's crazy. I don't even know where I'm going to put these books. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have or had an amazing Christmas and got to spend it with your families and got all the things that you wanted. And I just love these videos so much. I love seeing what people got for Christmas. I think it's so fun. So if you guys like this video and want to see more book content, just give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in a few days with my December wrap up. Cannot believe we're almost at the end of the year. That's crazy. Okay, bye guys.